Hey, hi guys. Thanks for joining in. Let's continue discussing some more transformations today. So we'll be taking one more transformation, which is union transformation today. Let me write it down. So what is union transformation? It is an active transformation and connector transformation. Okay. So what is active? We have already know that active transformation or the transformation where the number of input records which are coming into the transformation is not equal to number of output records which are going out of the transformation. So such type of transformations are referred as active transformation. And what is connected transformations? Connected transformation will be the part of the pipeline, like the transformation which are linked with upstream or downstream objects or transformations or targets. Such type of transformations are called connected transformation. You can simply say that they are the part of the pipeline. They are in the part of the pipeline. Okay, that is the first point that you need to remember. And what is the use of union transformation? Union transformation is used to merge the records between multiple heterogeneous sources. So what does that mean? Heterogeneous is nothing but a different type of different kind of sources. Okay. And before discussing the next point, I want to show you usually in Oracle SQL, we discussed union operator and union all operator, right? So how it works, let me check what tables I can use here. Start from the MP underscore UC. Start from EMP underscore. So let me see if I have this table. Yeah, I have those tables, and let me query what is the records I have. So I have 4 records in employee USA table, and I have 3 records in employees India table. Okay. So on the Oracle SQL side, we discussed like union all operators, right? So what is the difference between union and union all? Let me union and union all. So it's one more important interview question. Difference between union and union all. Okay. Okay. So when you use union, it removes duplicates. Okay. But when you use a union all, it does not remove duplicates. That's the difference. Okay. When somebody asks you like, what is the difference between union and union all, you need to tell them that when you go and use union, it removes the duplicates. But when it comes to union all, it will not remove duplicates. Okay. I hope this point is clear. I'll show you. See, when like think that we want to merge the records between these two tables. Let me use union and run this query and see what happens. See, it, in the USA table, first see, observe the records here. How many records we have? 4 records, and there is a duplicate record for Elon Musk, right? And in India, I think there is no duplicates. So it's all the 3 records are unique. That's fine. So see here, when you go with union, we got only one Elon Musk. It means that it removed the duplicate record, right? That is the functionality of union. Okay. Now use like union all. Instead of union, use union all to merge the records between these tables. See, now we got 2 records for Elon Musk. So it means that union all, when you use union all, it doesn't remove duplicates. But when you go with union, it removes the duplicate. Okay, I hope this is clear. If not, I will explain that and I will show you in the labs. Okay, when we discuss the union transformation lab, I will show you what is the functionality of union transformation, whether it works like union or union all. Okay, that is our next point that I want to discuss. Before going to that point, let me go and implement the lab. Before that, let me take one requirement. So the business is asking us to load. I think I have 3 tables. 1, 2, 3. Okay. The requirement is business is asking us to load all the employees that are there in employees India, employees USA, employee Canada tables, or load all the employees records into one single table, one target table. What I mean to say, load all the employees records into target table. So what does that mean? Currently, the employees are having the data in multiple tables, but they want to have one single global table which contain all the details of the employees. Okay, that is our requirement. So they want us to load all the employees records into one single target table. Let me check what is the target table that I can use to implement the lab. Okay, let me use, I guess it's a target underscore EMPA. Bench. Okay, let's use this table. Okay, so this is our requirement. Okay, now we know the sources, we know the targets as well. Let me show you the third table data also before I anything. Let me see, even I don't know like what data is there. Okay, we have 2 records only in that table. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Now go to the mapping designer. Okay, before that, I hope you know that the 3 basic steps, right? The prerequisite step and the 3 basic steps that are needed for our development. So remember, like even the 20 years experience or 15 years experience Informatica ETL developer will be using these steps only not to develop their code. Even as a fresher, we'll be working on the same steps. Okay, the only difference between them and us is like the experience. That's the only part. Apart from the Informatica development, steps remains the same. Okay, let's move on to the lab. So what is the first step? The prerequisite step. We need to import the sources and targets that are needed for our development into Informatica. Let's do that first. Where we need to be on the mapping designer, we need to go to source analyzer, and then on the source analyzer is used to import sources. You need to go to sources tab, sources tab, and import from database, give proper credentials there, and select the tables that are required for our development. What are the tables that I needed? USA table, India table, Canada table, employees table, right? You can do one at a time. You can import one table at a time, but you can also import by selecting all the tables, whatever are required at one single shot. We can import those tables into Informatica. Okay, click OK. That's it. See, all the 3 tables are imported now. Now, what is the second thing we need to do? We need to import the target that is needed, right? Let's do that. We need to be on the target designer and go to targets tab, import from database, because in our case both are Oracle tables only, the source and targets. Okay, give proper connections, go to tables and select the target table. Okay, this is the target table which I'm using. Okay, let's click OK. Our target object is also imported. Okay, and then now what is our first step that we need to do? We need to create a mapping. That's the first step for the development, right? So let's do that. Go to mapping designer. We need to be on the mapping designer icon. See, we need to be on this tab. Click this icon. It will take you to the mapping designer. So here we need to go to mappings, click create, give some meaningful name. In real time, all the mapping names will start with small m, the naming convention of mappings. and followed by some meaningful names. Here I will be giving union transformation because we are discussing union transformation now, right? Click OK. Now we have created the mapping, and now drag and drop all the sources and targets that are required for our development. Okay. I will be drag and dropping employee USA. I will be dragging and dropping the employee India, and I will be dragging and dropping the third table also. And in the similar way, I will be dragging and dropping the target table that is required, where we'll be loading all these three tables data into this table, right? So in order to merge records in Informatica, we'll be using union transformation. When you are using union transformation, the number of the number of columns and the data type should match for whatever the sources that we want to merge the records. Okay, so now how I at least hope like by this time how to go and create union, like any transformation, how we can create. Go to transformation tab, click create, and select the respective transformation that you want to use from the list of the transformations. Here I will be working on union transformation, and the naming convention for union transformation will be UN in real time. Okay, and some meaningful name. Here I'll be giving EMP USA, India, and Canada, because we are merging the records of these tables, right? So that's why I'm just naming it the union transformation under those names only. Click create, done. Now the union transformation is created. Okay, see here, like by default, there is nothing here, right? So the first thing that is very important when you are working with union transformation is like, you need to don't worry, double click the transformation. Okay. You don't need to worry about any on the transformation tab. You don't need to go do anything on the ports tab. You don't need to do anything on the properties tab. Now see, this is the groups tab. Like this is a tab which we will be working on, where you will be creating multiple groups that are required. So before creating groups, like I want to show you, go to paint. Okay, let's okay, usual thing that this is our union transformation. Okay, think that this is our union transformation. And what is a union transformation will do? It will take data from multiple sources. Let me write down. So it will take data from multiple heterogeneous sources, and it will merge the records and load it into target, right? So it's like multiple input, single output, right? That's what it is. So this is one more point that you need to keep in mind. So union transformation will always be having multiple input, sorry, my bad, multiple input and single output. So the other way around, we have seen one transformation in our previous session. What is the transformation? Which is having single input and multiple output. What is that? Router transformation. We have already seen that. Let me open that one. See, the router transformation is like single input, multiple output. But when it comes to union transformation, it is vice versa. There will be multiple inputs and single output, right? This is what it is. Let me write it down, that point as well here. So union transformation is multiple input and single output all the time. Okay. So in a similar way, we have three sources here, right? We are having employees table from USA, at the same time employees from India, employees from Canada. We are trying to merge the records of these three tables and loading into this target table. So for that, go to union, double click on the union transformation, go to groups tab. We need to create three groups because we have three sources, right? That's how you can create a groups. See here, add a new group, this icon, click here. You can create multiple groups, but for now we have only three sources. So I'll be creating three groups. Rename the the group names with proper names, so it will be much more easy to understand. Let me do that. Okay, so like that, you rename the group names with some meaningful names. Okay, so click apply, click OK. See, when I hit click OK, see here, there are 3 groups that got generated, right? The only thing that we need to do is like just drag and drop any ports, like ports from any of the source into the union transformation. Observe clearly what will happen. Excuse me. So it will automatically create the same number of ports in each and every group. See, I'm dragging and dropping here. See, it automatically created. I have dragged the ports from USA source, but union transformation automatically, Informatica automatically added the same number of ports and the same number of column, same type of column names in the other groups as well. Okay, in the like what we need to do, we just need to connect to the respective group. Take the second source, connect to the respective group. Take the third source, and connect to the respective group. That's it. We are done with union transformation. Okay, just see here, it's a multiple input, but how many, what is the output here? Only one output, right? We have 3 inputs. See here, these arrows. We have 3 inputs, but only one output. Multiple input, single output. That's what we discussed, right? In this diagram. See, multiple input, single output. That is union transformation. Okay, let's connect this output to the targets. That's it. Okay, once the mapping is done, we need to save it and check whether it is valid or not. So it is valid. See, let me drag the output status bar. See, our union transformation is valid. That is our first step is done, right? In the development steps, the basic step. The first step is like creating mapping is done. What is the second step? We need to create a workflow, right? And create a session and link it to the mapping. Where we will be creating workflow, we need to be creating on the workflow manager. See this icon, and I'm hovering on it, the W icon. Click that one. It automatically take you to workflow manager. You need to be on the workflow designer in order to create a workflow. This third icon. Okay, click that icon. Go to workflows tab, click create, and give some meaningful name. The naming convention for workflow will be small wf followed by session name or mapping name. What is our mapping? It's union transformation. Right? So click create. Okay. Okay. Now the workflow is created. What is the next thing that we need to do? We need to create a session. There are multiple ways we can create, like go to task tab, click create, and select the session and give some proper name and select the mapping. You can do that, or you make use of the shortcut icon. See here, this one, the settings icon symbol. Okay, click this session icon, click on the workspace. Okay, now it pop up all the list of mappings that are there in that specific folder where we are working. What is the mapping that we are working on? It's union transformation, right? This one, select the union transformation mapping, click OK. Now, once you created a session, what is a very important step that we need to do? We need to provide the connections, right? We need to tell Informatica, double click, go to mappings tab. We need to give the proper connections. We need to tell Informatica where the source tables and target tables are present. Where is our source table present? In srcdb user, click OK. Okay. srcdb user, click OK. So do that for the third source also, Oracle srcdb. In the similar way, you need to tell where the target table is present. Where is our target table is present? It's in tgtdb user. Click OK. That's it. And we have already discussed few properties here. Truncate target table option, which will truncate the data before loading the data into the target. What does that mean? It removes whatever data that is there in the target, and then it will load freshly. Okay, and move on to the general tab. These two properties we have discussed in our previous sessions. Okay, what does these options do? If the task fails, then it will fail the parent. What is the parent? Workflow. It will fail the workflow. When the task doesn't run also, we are telling that fail the parent. What does that mean? Whenever the session doesn't run, it will fail the workflow. So these are the two options which we already seen in our previous sessions. If you have any questions, please refer to those videos and let me know or comment. I can help you out to understand by taking some more examples. Okay, click apply, click OK. Now the session is created. What is our next step? We need to link it. We need to link workflow to the session. How are you going to link it? Go to task, link task, drag the workflow to the session. That's it. Go to repository, our workflow is created, right? We need to save it. See, our workflow is valid. Before running the job, how we will be running the job? Right click, start workflow, right? Before running it, before executing it, let me show you the output in the target table. We don't have any data, right? Let me run the workflow now. Start workflow and see what it gives, like whether it is succeeded or it will fail. Now it got succeeded, right? In order to check the run statistics, how many thread from source, how many loaded in target, we need to go to get run properties and you need to be on the source target statistics. See here, it read 2 records from a Canada table, it read 3 records from India table, 4 records from USA table. It loaded 9 records, right? Total 9 only, right? Let's go and check in the target table now. How many it loaded? It loaded 9 records. See here, clearly observe here, it loaded 9 records, but it loaded 2 records for Elon Musk because the USA table contains 2 employee records. So it, as it is, it loaded the data into target table. It merged the record between all these 3 tables and it loaded into the target table. So what we discussed a few moments back, union all does not remove duplicates, right? Union will remove the duplicate, right? Let me merge using this union all. I am merging all the records between this table using in Oracle SQL side. Okay, let me do that. See here, when you use union all in order to merge the records between 3 tables, what is the output? We got 9 records, see, but along with the duplicate value also. In the similar way, let's use union this time. Remove the all. Let's use union. Okay. See, observe the output. Now it's like when you go with union all, it's 9 records. Now execute these 3 lines and see. The Elon Musk record will be only one time only when you go with union. It means that it removes the duplicates. So tell me, when you use union transformation, what is the output we got? We got along with the duplicates, right? Along with the duplicate record. So that's why we can say that union transformation in Informatica works as union all in Oracle SQL. Works just like union all in Oracle SQL. I hope that is clear. So these are the few points that you need to keep in mind when you are working with union transformation. I hope that is clear. If not, let me know. I can take some more examples and try to make you guys understand. Okay. I hope that is clear. That's what I want to show you for today. Until then, thank you so much for joining, and until then, take care.